Now, the other thing is about racial inferiority or racial superiority. I don't believe that junk anyway. But like the first peoples, the first nations, first peoples that were created, my God says that they were created in batches, right? So this is that batch theory. So you had the different groups of indigenous peoples deposited, particularly the dark race indigenous peoples deposited all around the earth where they existed at different points in time, starting from 70, 90,000 years ago, roughly. And then you had the Asians deposited 30,000 years ago, and the white race deposited 10,000 years ago. Where they were deposited, I don't know. My God says the theory is that they were deposited in specific areas and told not to go in other areas. So this is where the Africans deposited. This is where the Africans say. Later, maybe the Asians were deposited in Europe first. Maybe they were. And then along come the white, deposited later. So there was some conquering and killing because they wanted minimum conquering and minimum killing, right? So the gods. So, the Asians were probably in Europe first, and then the whites were deposited and then conquering and killing, terrible, right? So where were the indigenous on Earth? Where were the dark-skinned indigenous? I don't know. This will all come out. This is all interesting. So as far as I'm concerned, you've got some great indigenous intellectuals, indigenous-blooded intellectuals, some great Asian-blooded intellectuals, and some great white intellectuals. And of course, remember, intellectuals is a white definition. The definition of an intellectual is our definition of what makes an intellectual, not an indigenous, not an Asian definition. It's very cultural-centric or ethnocentric opinion of the world we have. It's based on what white people think. And a lot is traced back to Jewish, sadly. It's the Jewish way of thinking, because they were the original rulers and they still rule. Very much. The most powerful people on the earth are still the Jewish people, very much. I'm Christian with Jewish heritage, so there's supposed to be a dragon, I'm showing you. Come out, it just magically appeared. Like the Martian magically appeared in the middle there behind me. I'll get the right colour. There, like the Martian magically appeared in the middle there. I mean, it's supposed to be all the different alien skins. And the dragon, I just scraped it. I just used a scraper, paint scraper, and it come through. Palette knife. Anyway, so, and so this racial superiority, we know some of the Asians are some of the great intellectuals. We know that, mathematics, physics, science, and we know the whites is different, and then, the indigenous are very skilled in nature, in the natural world, very skilled in the natural world, superior to everyone else. They can survive anywhere, so, we have different skill sets, and it doesn't mean I'm superior to you because my white system of assessing intelligence says you're inferior and I'm superior because it's a white system, It's ridiculous.